Hello and welcome to String Training. Today's class we are going to cover my arrangement of Enter Sandman by Metallica. So let's get right to the main theme that I begin with. That theme's primarily based on power chords, using the open and second fret power chord here, strings 6 and 5. I slide to string number 7, or fret number 7 rather. A couple more power chords here, 6th and 5th fret. Conclude with the 3rd fret. That was open and 2nd fret. And again, more power chords, 2nd and 3rd there. So it's a little different than the song is usually played. What makes it a lot different is that I add in the kick and the snare sound. Let's begin by adding in the snare. The final snare, there's 2 of them within the main theme there, happens all on its own. So let's just try to add that in. Conclude the riff with hitting the strings with your thumb. Okay, now adding in another snare. It actually happens when I slide to the 7th fret. So we want to hear part of this slide, and we want to hear that snare sound as well. So it's almost like I'm slapping the strings. So you hear the actual snap, but you hear the pitch of the note as well. So not a very successful one there. You get the idea. So primarily within that entire riff, the snare sound is a little different in that it's always just a very quick rebound off the strings, so that we can actually hear the underlying pitch that I'm playing. For example, in the conclusion here to the riff, I'm playing this 2nd fret power chord, where again I'm rebounding very quickly. Okay, now the kick sound, trying to add that to this as well. I think one of the kicks is played all on its own, so let's try to add that first. There we go. So we play our first power chord, and then the kick sound, slide up. Right in there. So we have 3 things here if you want to work on them together. We got the snare, chord, kick. It all kind of brings to a head the ending of the riff and the beginning of the riff. Kind of an odd place to start, but there it is. Now, in between that, we have to add in the kick and the other snares. We have the other kick drum happens with the 5th fret power chord. I'm usually strumming with my middle and ring finger downwards and coming down with my wrist. Alright, let's move into the verse. The verse of the song, I chose to play the vocal melody on string number 4, 5th fret, open and 2nd fret hammer, 2nd fret open pull. on string 6. Now, the verse is primarily based on an E, so scattered throughout, to support that vocal melody, you're going to hear lots of the E5 power chord that's open in the 2nd fret. After we get to the end of the verse here, I return to that power chord riff from the introduction. So again, remember, you should kind of get used to that vocal melody and its rhythms, and then add that power chord above. The next step I would recommend is bringing in the snare sound. So primarily, my index and middle finger providing the melody movement within that, and the snare, our sound, is provided with the thumb, kind of hitting string 6. And if you want to venture far enough, I add in the kick sound as well. Kind of challenging to play slowly. Moving on to the key change up to F sharp. Now at this point, I found it very challenging to play that guitar riff, which I just played for you. 2nd fret, 4th fret, 2nd again on string 3, 3rd and 2nd, a lot of numbers. But I found that challenging to play, which is the guitar riff, and the vocal melody at the same time. And that's the melody, which is that 4th fret, the F sharp here on string number 4, and the A. So we have kind of like that. And very similar in the next pass. So that's our vocal melody up here on the 2nd fret, pulling to the G sharp. And at this point, the drums are doing kind of half time. So our kick lands with the low note. It doesn't happen again until beat number 3 in the measure. We get our snare drum. I found that quite difficult to get the rhythm flowing along. And we now get to the chorus of the piece. So here, our chorus is usually power chords. 2nd fret power chord, string 6. Moving down to string 5, we have a 3rd and 2nd fret. Concluding with our E5. And we had to get our vocal melody here on string number 4. 4th and 2nd fret. And then 5th and 2nd. Trying to get that to weave itself around those power chords. Here it is again. And then I just throw in a riff. That's a hammer on string number 5. to the 2nd fret, open string 4, return to that 2nd. We return to bound. I do some hammers and pulls, venturing up the string. Actually, they're all pulls, no hammers there. And we conclude with most of the notes here on string number 4, except for this open and 2nd frets there. We rinse and repeat, man. When we're back, we do the entire arrangement up to that point again. Now, the second time through, I conclude the entire arrangement with not this vocal melody, but this riff that I kind of stole from the guitar solo. So this is 5, 3, and 0. Do a pull. Make sure the pull is all done with your fingers and you're not trying to use your wrist. Do a very fast triplet here. Same thing on string 2. String 3, only here I move to the 4th and 2nd fret. By this point, moving into the bridge of the song, I do a lot of kick sounds right on the quarter notes, just like that, and play string number 6. Until we get to the main guitar part. Now there, the guitar riff is the main theme from the song. Open 7, 5 on string 5 and 4, 6 and 5 on string 6. Trying to keep those quarter notes rolling right along. Within the measure, we start with just the bass drum on its own, 7th fret, bass drum again with the 5th fret here on string 4, so on its own. So another bass drum corresponding with the 1st finger, 5th fret here. Alright, and from there, we're almost through the arrangement. I move on to the modulation of the F sharp. We've covered this riff, 2nd fret, 4th, 2nd again. And I'm just doing the kick snare sound. So we have, with the 1st bass note, the F sharp, snare sound with the A. Notice I'm hitting the strings and just plucking a single string. With the B, or 2nd fret, another bass drum, or kick sound. That F sharp, again, single string with the snare sound. Okay, now from there, I return to doing the chorus twice in a row, and there's no variations within it. It's all the same. And I start again. Exactly the same as before. Good luck. It's a very challenging arrangement, getting that kick sound involved with the song. The snare, a lot of people can get through an arrangement with the snare, and maybe if you're really good with that technique, that would be a great way to approach it. Learn it all with just adding in the snare sound on 2 and 4, and when the arrangement starts to flow, you can kind of jam through it. Start adding in those kick wrist sounds. Little word of caution here. If you feel any discomfort at all in doing this technique, because it is very foreign, then I do suggest you you take a break from it. But feel free to ask any questions, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks.